Let's see. As always, we like to try to get into a couple of a topic here as well involving different issues. And today we're going to get into real estate as we now are officially in fall. Fall has arrived, and so we're wondering, is this a good time, Mark, for me to sell? Is this a good time to sell my house?
You know, Rob, it's a great question, and we get this question a lot, right? Interest rates are up. Nobody's going to buy. Nobody's going to buy. What? No, right? What we're hearing a lot is people are struggling to want to sell because they have such a low interest rate. The people who are buying, it's not as much of a concern because they need a home, right? So, you know, when we talk about interest rates and where they're at, that's a present day issue. So what is the reality of it is a first-time home buyer doesn't really care. They're going to figure out what they can afford. They're going to figure out which house they want to buy, and they're going to buy it. The other group of folks who really don't care where the interest rates are the value add buyers, right? Those folks, those real estate developer folks. So, you know, some of the people who have been in their house for 40 or 50 years, they're sitting back thinking, you know, gosh, there's so much to do. We have to update all this. The kitchen is from the 70s, and we've got all this stuff. What do we do? Well, there are value add buyers out there who will say, I'll buy this as is. This is exactly how I want it. You take what you want, and I'll deal with the rest. We call it a dumpster contingency, right? So we'll bring in the dumpster, and we'll throw everything away. You don't even have to worry about it. But bringing it full circle back to one of our missions, which is the Coats for Kids, here's a great opportunity, folks, to go through and start purging anyhow, right? Get into that fall cleanup, right? Fall cleanups aren't for only leaves, right? It's for closets as well, and start pulling out those clothes. And, you know, there's stuff you're going to want to keep, obviously, right? There's stuff that you may want to sell, right? There's these Facebook marketplaces and such. My son is all over the Facebook marketplace selling stuff for us, and it's like it's amazing the activity on that.
You get so excited. Has he tried to take something yet you didn't want to sell? Sometimes you know how you get so excited about something.
Yes,
it's like I sold the coffee table.
Yes, but now we replace it with two different tables.
Okay,
you got to be careful with that. That's kind of like the swap shop concept at the transfer stations. But you could give it away too, right? Yep. So groups like you know, the Coats for Kids is a great example. That this weekend, while it's raining, we're going to go into the closets and throw them all into the middle of the room and see what we got. Yeah. Right? Who, you know, does this bring you energy? Like, do you see yourself wearing this in the next, you know, 2 years? Right? Yep. If not, let's go. And that's true for folks who are thinking of selling their house. And, you know, this is probably the best time possible because of the Econ 101, right? Supply and demand. Right now, there is just not enough homes on the market for the amount of people who want to buy homes. So if your question is, are there buyers out there? The answer is yes. And it's probably the best time in the history of this planet to sell your house because prices aren't adjusting to any of the economic factors that are happening out there because of the scarcity of inventory. So you put your house out there, you price it correctly, it sells, period. And if you have questions about what what you can sell it for, you've got to be working with a professional real estate agent. And we can introduce you to folks if you're unaware of who those folks might be. Do not do this on your own because you won't get the value that you would be seeking or what you could get. And then there's the folks that are saying, you know, I'm thinking about leaving in 3 years, Rob. However, they don't know how much they could get for their house. And that differential, that delta, those 3 years of working more before they retire and move might simply be in the home equity. It might be there right now, and this would be a great opportunity. For those who think that spring is the only time to sell, take pictures now. Everybody loves the fall in New England. Get the professional photographer in there. Get those pictures now of the yard so that you are ready to run come springtime if that is what you're planning to do.
All right, get in touch with Mark and the great team at Stiles Law. You can go to stiles-law.com, find out more about Mark and the different services that he and his team offer. They're located on Route 139 in Marshfield. That's the HQ. And, of course, if you want to call, you can do that as well, right, Mark?
Absolutely. You can reach us at 781-319-1900. Again, 781-319-1900, and our concierge will direct you to the appropriate parties. And I always encourage people to go on our YouTube channel and check out some of those frequently asked question videos. But if you're looking for fall foliage, head on over to our Facebook page and put a bid in for that 3-day weekend. We'd love to raise some more money for that Pan Mass Challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be some great foliage this year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's
don't
what
miss it.
Farmer's Almanac says, and a lot of snow, so let's go.
Oh, boy. All right, more on that later. Mark, have a good weekend.
You too, Rob.